Hey everyone, Derek Goodwin here. Welcome to the video series on how to build your golf swing from scratch. This is video 1. Now this video we're going to talk about how to hold the golf club and how to take your setup position. So this can be used for a beginner golfer, or this video is also great for any golfer who wants a little bit of a refresher on some proper setup basics and proper setup fundamentals. These are super important. In my lessons, I look at this first every time, regardless of skill level. So definitely take some time in your practice to work on your setup position and your fundamentals. Everything happens from there, so a good setup can be the start of a good golf swing. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the grip, okay? And in order to really understand the grip, it would be nice if this club shaft was kind of square or a rectangle. So what I got here is a little 1x2. Okay, so it's got a nice 4 flat sides. Now we're going to use this to learn how to hold the golf club correctly. So it's got the thin flat side and the thicker flat sides. We're going to use the thin flat side as the top and the bottom, and the thick is the back and the front. Okay, so let's call it the top of the shaft, the bottom of the shaft, the back of the shaft, and the front of the shaft. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is learn how to hold it with our lead hand. So our left hand if we're a right-handed golfer, our right hand if we're a left-handed golfer. Okay? What I'd like you to do first, okay, just so we can understand something, is if I get into a little bit of a golf setup position where I get some forward bend from my hips, okay, a little bit of knee flex, and just let my arms dangle down in front of me naturally, okay? Now when I let these dangle down in front of me, you'll notice that both of my palms are kind of pointed together, but a little bit back towards me. Okay? So when I see someone twist their arm to take the grip, that alters their body position, okay, and it's not a natural position on the club. So we want to take more of a natural position. So with that lead hand, what we're going to do, okay, is we're going to hold it straight out in front of us with our thumb very close to our palm. I'm going to place my bottom 3 fingers, so my pinky, my ring, and my middle finger, on the back of the shaft, or the back of this 1x2, okay? I'm then going to rest my thumb on top of the shaft. So it looks like this. So my thumb is close to my palm, okay? And my 3 fingers here are on the back of the shaft. Now you have 2 options. We can go long thumb, where that thumb is extended. I personally like the short thumb, where we have some connection to that thumb and our palm there, okay? Next, what we're going to do is place our bottom hand on the club, okay? So, I'd like to take the bottom knuckle on our index finger and place it on the back of the shaft and wrap those 3 fingers around, okay? My thumb will then hide my lead hand thumb and also rest on top of the shaft. Now with this pinky finger, I have one of 2 options for you. I personally like to overlap, where I just rest it, kind of in between my index and my middle finger there. Or we can take our lead hand index finger, interlock our baby finger, place that knuckle on the back side of the shaft, and rest the thumb on top of the other thumb so it looks like this. Okay? Now, we are going to replace our flat surface with a round surface with the golf club. Okay? We're going to go through a little bit of a system so we can remember how here. If I hold this club straight out in front of me like this with the club face pointed straight up in the sky, I take that lead hand, I place my 3 fingers on the back side of the shaft, and I rest my thumb on top. Now when I hold this club down in front of me, when I look down, I can see 1, 2 of the first knuckles on my left hand. So my left index finger and my left middle finger, okay, right on top, my thumb resting right on top. And as we said, the bottom 3 fingers, pinky, ring, and middle, are on the back side of the shaft. Then I'm going to take my trail arm, okay, take that index finger our pointer finger and rest the bottom knuckle there on the back of the shaft. Wrap those 3 fingers around so they're touching my other fingers. There's no gap in there. I like to overlap my baby finger on top of my index and then hide my left hand thumb with my right hand thumb when I look like that. Now, like we mentioned before, when I look down, I can see 1, 2 knuckles on my left hand, and this little V that I've created between my right pointer finger and my right thumb is kind of running straight up my arm into my shoulder socket there. Okay? So when I take the grip, it's going to look like this. All right? The grip is one of the most important things that you can do. Okay? So let's make sure we get our hands on there correctly. Okay? If it feels weird, that's normal. It just takes some time to get used to it, so just bear with it, but I promise it will get more comfortable eventually. Now, a little bit of a drill that I like to do here to help you feel the club head in our grip is if we take our proper grip, 1, 2, V up the shoulder, and I hold the club straight out in front of me. Okay? I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to spin the club in my hand and try to re-grip it with the toe of the club pointed back in the air. Okay? Once I can do that when I open my eyes and I have a square club face, to me that means you have a good sense of where the club head is. Okay? So now that we have our hands on the club correctly, we're going to take our setup position. Now I have 2 alignment sticks laid on the ground here, okay? The white one replicates our target line. Our target line is if I take my end target and the golf ball where I'm starting and draw a straight line from end to end, that would be my target line. So what I'm going to do is put the club in my hands correctly. I'm going to set my feet so they are approximately shoulder width apart. Okay, approximately shoulder width apart, parallel to my target line. So I have this stick down that's parallel to my target line. My feet are going to be equal distance apart. I'm then going to stand tall, taking my good grip. I'm going to hold my arms straight out in front of me. Now, they're going to be relaxed and straight. They're not going to be reaching, okay? They're not going to be cramped into my body. They're just going to be relatively relaxed and straight, holding the club straight out. Now we're going to bend forwards from our pelvis or from my belt line here, okay? So my rear end is going to start to fall backwards as I create some forward bend in my upper body, and we're going to do this till the club reaches the ground close to our target line. I'm then going to flex my knees, okay? And I'm going to shift around right to left, heel to toe, and I'm going to find a nice middle balanced point where I feel even weight distribution, right foot to left foot, and I feel relatively even weight distribution, heel to toes, maybe just a little bit more towards the balls of our feet. Okay? Now, very important when we take that setup position that we maintain a neutral spine angle. We don't want to start bending from our back, okay? Or we don't want to start extending our lumbar spine where I get a little arch back here. We want to keep a neutral spine angle as we fall forwards till the club hits the ground. Add a little bit of knee flex. Now in this position, the butt end of the club should be pointing to my belt buckle, and my trail arm elbow should be sitting directly below my trail arm shoulder. Okay, so you can see that there. Now we have these sticks to help us align correctly. We want the club face to point at our target with the white line. We want our feet to be equal distance from this red line so they are parallel. We want our thighs to be parallel, and we want our shoulders to be parallel. Okay? So one more time. Grip is out in front of me. Arms are relaxed. I bend forwards from the pelvis till the club hits the ground. and I add a little bit of knee flex. Okay? I'm even weight distribution right to left. Pretty even heel to toe, maybe 55% more towards our toes or the balls of our feet. Okay? The butt end of the grip points to our belt buckle, and our thighs and our shoulders match our feet, which are all parallel to our target line. Okay? When I get into this setup position, you can see my right shoulder just sits just slightly lower than my left shoulder. That's because my right hand is lower on the golf club. Okay? So right here, I'm in a nice balanced setup position, and I'm ready to go. So all we need to do at home to practice this and get really good at it is constantly take our grip, practice closing our eyes, spinning the grip and the club in our hand, trying to find that toe up position again, opening our eyes and checking. Okay? To get into setup, we're going to forward bend from the waist till the club hits the ground. Add some knee flex. Okay? And make sure the butt end of the club is pointing to my belt buckle. My right elbow is directly below my right shoulder. Okay? And my arms and body feel relatively relaxed. I can do this again and again to make sure I get in a good setup position. Setup and grip, super important. Thanks for watching video 1 of this golf swing series. Visit me for video 2 and we'll start swinging the golf.